Hi guys, good afternoon. Uh, I'm going to make a review on how to trim a capesize vessel of 9 holes. So we start with the loading sequence and explain to you how we use the loading sequence in trimming a capesize vessel using this program. Okay, so let's start guys. So I will open the loading sequence or the loading plan. Okay. This is the loading plan or what we call the loading sequence. So it is a capesize vessel and the name of the vessel is Cape Odyssey. And we are to load in Port Dampier in Australia and to discharge it in Gwangyang. The cargo is iron ore and the total cargo to load is 206,200 metric tons. Okay, and the number of pours will be this one from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 until you reach pour number 18. So from and number 18 because you will stop here because you're going the chief officer and the surveyor will make a draft reading on the draft forward and aft for the starboard and midship to compute to how much remaining cargo will have for trimming. And the sequence, pour number 1 you have number 6, and pour number 2 you have number 4, then you go to number 8, number 2, and so forth until you reach pour number 18, which is the last hold will be hold number 1. So when hold number 1 we has completed loading of 9,000 metric tons, the surveyor will advise the chief officer or the officer on duty that he will stop loading, and it's time for the chief officer and the draft surveyor to make a draft reading around the vessel on forward for the starboard, midship for the starboard, and up for the starboard. So the both guys went around the vessels and they have already, for example, they have already agreed to a certain draft. And let's say that this is put yourself in a actual practice. You are now the chief officer and you have already finished reading your draft with the draft surveyor, and let's say this is what you agreed with your drafts. You agreed with the forward draft will be, let's say this forward draft you agreed, the surveyor and yourself as chief officer, you agreed that your forward will be 17.68 and your updraft, as both agreed, that your updraft will be 17.80. Okay, and your midship draft, as you both agreed, will be 17.74. Okay, so with these figures or graph readings, you will apply this now to your program. So you will know how much remaining cargoes you have for trimming. And your trimming hold is 1 and 9. Okay, so the recommended, as your plan, as recommended, you have a 6,000 metric tons for trimming. Okay, now you have already your draft, so we go now to use your program, any program that you have which is suitable for you for trimming holes. But this is an Excel form. This is very simple of using this program. All you have to do is these yellow cells where you put the figures. All the rest are, you don't have to use it or put figures, only these yellow cells. Okay, so your according to your readings, your drop reading forward is 17.68. Okay, 17.68. So you put here 17.68.68, and your up is how much? 17 up is 17.80, which is this one. Go down, that would be 17.80. So you put your drop here, 17.80. Okay, now with this drop you have a mean drop of 1769. This is 17.80. 17.80. I'm sorry. Okay, so we have a mean drop of 17.74. That, and you have a trim of 12 centimeters. And with this mean drop, your LCF is 0.30, your MTC is 2989.32, and your TPC is 138.69. Okay, so you have these figures now, but you have to put your actual mid draft. So let's see what will be your mid draft as you agreed with the surveyor. According to your record, your mid draft, your mid draft as agreed with the draft surveyor, your mid draft will be 17.74. Okay, so you put your mid draft here. Forward, port side, mid draft port side will be 17.74, and your starboard mid draft is 17.74, meaning you have no list, so that's good. The vessel is upright. Now your departure draft or sailing draft mid is 18.23. Okay, that will be your sailing mid drop. So with this mid drop, you put this in your program. That will be 18.23. Okay, so that will be your mid drop. Because of your mid drop and sailing mid drop and your mid drop, upon reading, you have a sinkage, you require 49 centimeters to reach this figure of 1823. Meaning from your mid draft or actual reading of mid draft of 1774, you have 49 centimeters to reach 18.23 of your sailing draft. So you have to sink 49 centimeters to reach 18.23. Okay, now this value of 49 centimeters, we will convert this into metric tons. Okay, we will convert this into metric tons. So how will we convert this into metric tons? And this is the formula. This K8, which is your sinkage of 49 centimeters, multiply by 100, which is constant, and multiply by TPC, which is M3. That will be your TPC. M3, this one. M3. TPC of 138.71. So what is this 138.71? That will be the TPC of your sailing draft of 18.23 meters. So you have to interpolate to get this exact value of your TPC of 138.71 of your sailing draft of 18.23. So with this value of this interpolation, I just put it here. Okay, that will be your TPC. So according to your formula on how to convert this sinkage to metric tons, so this will be your formula. K8, which is your sinkage, multiplied by 100, which is constant, times your TPC of 138.71. And the value would that be 6,796.9. So your previous plan was 6,000. You have 6,000 of remaining cargo, but according to our actual reading of draft, you need more, meaning 6,796.9. Okay, so this is the recommended cargo to load for trimming. Once you have this figure in this program, this figure you put it here as your actual cargo to load for trimming. So you put here 6797 for round up, meaning 6,797. So round it up. So once you put your actual cargo, what will be the results? So results after loading 6,797, you will have this result of your figures. You will have exactly 18.23 mid, and you have a sinkage of 49 centimeters, which is the same with this one. And this figure, after loading 6,797, you will have this figure, which is the same with your departure draft. Okay, then once you have already input your remaining cargo of 6,797, then you go to trim holes 2 for trimming. Okay, go. Then you go here, trim 2 holes. Okay, once you go to this sheet, automatically, or you say trimming 2 holes, automatically you will see the figure here of 6,797 and your initial drop forward of 1768 and your up drop of 17.80. So here the recommended cargo for trimming of 6,797. Remember, your trimming hold is 1 and 9. Trimming hold is 1 and 9. So you change that one. Change this one to hold number 1, and this one to hold number 9. Okay. So how much are we going to load in hold number 1, and how much are we going to load in hold number 9? Okay. And remember, take note that we have no trim on our sailing draft. So the trim will be 0 because you have forward and up are the same or even keel with your mid. So the trim is 0. So you put here the trim. The final trim will be 0. Okay, you put here 0. Okay. So all you need to know now is how much are going to load in number 1 and number 9. So this, according to the program, you're going to load in hold number 1 of 3,176, and number on the up part, or number 9, you're going to load 3,621. So number 1, we have to load 3,176. 3,176. So you put here 3,176. Okay, is that correct? Yes, that's correct. 3,176, and your up drop or number 9 will be 3,621. Okay, 3,621. Once you load this figure of number 1 number 9, you will get the results of your sailing drop. So your sailing drop and forward will be 18.23, and your up drop will be 18.23, which is even keel, and your trim 0, and your mean drop is 18.23. Okay, I'll explain to you this deflection. So we go back to the original, or the first one. So here, once you have already loaded the figures, once you already loaded the exact figures of 6,997, this will be the result of your drop, sailing drop. Okay, so forward will be 18.23, and your up drop will be 18.23, which is even keel, and you have a trim of 0. So with your mean drop between forward and up, you will have 18.23. Okay, and this is what I'm going, I told you a while ago. I will explain to you this one. Your mean drop will be this figure. Because you have loaded 6,797, as a result, after loading 6,997, this will be your mid drop. You get the value of this mid drop, which is the same with your final mid drop. So take this one, and this will be put it here. Okay, and your mid drop, which is this one, which is the value of forward and up divided by 2, and your mean drop will be this one. The difference between this one will be your deflection. Here you have no deflection, so it's nice that you have no deflection. It's even keel. So this is very, for me, this is an accurate program, and this is very useful. And with this, how to get this sinkage, this is another formula. How will you get the sinkage? Okay, with this one, we put this remaining cargo, which is 6,797, which is this one, or this one, or this one, and you divide it with your TPC, which is 138.71, and this one is 138.71 from your departure drop. Don't use this TPC from your initial drop. Do not use this one. Always use this departure drop of your TPC, 138.71. Okay, that's why you have 138 0.71. Divide 100 and you will have a sink edge of 0.49, which is this one. Okay, this is how you get this figure. Or if you don't want this formula, you can just get this figure of your sink edge, this one. So 18.23, your descending drop minus your mid drop, actual mid drop, this will be your sink edge, which is the same as this one and this one. So for me, I'd rather use this figure for quick reference. So 18.23 minus your actual mid drop, that will be your sinkage. Okay, and for your info, a Japanese made vessel, if a Japanese made vessel, the forward LCG is always negative and the up part of your vessel, the LCG is positive, meaning forward negative is 1 to 5 and your positive will be 6 to 9, which is this one. So forward will be negative, up will be positive because of Japanese made vessel. So on the up part is positive and the forward part is negative. Okay, and for a Korean made vessel, it's the reverse. The LCG of forward part will be positive and the up part will be negative. So this is another info. What we are using now in this type of vessel is the Japanese made vessel. So I put here in use. So that's it, guys. I hope you will like this video or review, and if you like, please share and subscribe. Have a good day and thank you very much for watching.